Hey there, Derek Rydall here, and I just want to take a moment to talk to you about what I think is perhaps one of the most important and critical times in human history. I don't think I have to tell you that things are crazy out there, and they're going to get a lot crazier. And I'm not being a doom and gloomer when I say that things are going to get worse. They are. It's not spiritual to say all is well and everything's beautiful and then put our head in the sand or our head in the clouds or our head in another place that I won't mention just so that I keep my video up here. But things are going to get a lot worse for a lot of people. And they're also going to get a lot better for a lot of people. For the people that understand what I'm about to talk about and that have the courage and the support to make a couple very, very important decisions. Now, things are going to get a lot worse because we are in the midst, truly, of an apocalypse. An apocalypse really means not the end of the world literally, but the end of the world as we know it, and that which was hidden is revealed. At the time of this recording, we're in 2020, and many of us thought 2020 is perfect vision, and this is going to be an amazing year of seeing clearly. We'll all be singing. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone, right? It's going to be a bright, sunshiny day, right? And that's not the 2020 we got. We got the clear vision, and we're getting the clear vision. But it's sort of more like the clear vision of individuals that have been living in a dark room and they've grown up accustomed to the dark. Their eyes have adjusted. And suddenly the lights are turned on. And all the garbage and all of the dirt and the debris and the ways that have been hidden are suddenly illuminated. And our eyes are not adjusted to that level of sight, of vision, of clarity. It burns. And many of our eyes are burning right now. All right? And so the lights are getting turned on. We're seeing the systemic problems, the systemic corruption, the unsustainability of our economies, of our social structures, of even our personal lives and our families and our relationships. Everything's being tested to the breaking point. And things are going to break. More things are going to break. As Jesus said, if you try to save your life, you'll lose it. But if you're willing to lose your life, you'll find it. Meaning, if we're willing not so much to try to save the world as it is and save ourselves as we've been, but to serve what's emerging. If we're willing to serve what's emerging and be willing to let go of that which no longer serves us mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, etc., then we can be the individuals that become the lights in the world, that become the new innovators, that become the tip of the evolutionary spear. But I want to be very clear, this will not just happen. It has to happen just by the proper understanding and application of principles. And I've been a student of the greatest thought leaders, transformational leaders, change makers throughout history, and studied history itself. And always there are these critical paradigm shifting times where the whole world as we know it is upset and turned upside down. And during those times is when the greatest change makers and influencers rise up. When they feel that call, that urgency of emergence, and they're not going to wait until it becomes an emergency. They feel that call and they say yes to it. And they become the new generation of change makers, of influencers, of thought leaders. And that time, my friends, is now. We are living in an apocalypse. We are living in a paradigm shift in human history. And many of us have seen it coming, but it's happened. It's here. It is for this moment that we were born. And my mission, long before this occurred, I knew that my mission was to develop the next generation of real change makers. Not this online internet marketing BS where they're creating a bunch of shiny cars with no engines and beautiful wrapped packages with no presence inside, just merely teaching you tactics and strategies to put on shiny webinars and websites that ultimately are launched to crickets. and only make a few people some money, but don't make any real change. That's not what we're talking about. That's not going to change the world, and it's not going to change your life. But if you feel that call, if you know deep inside that you're here for something more than being in a cubicle or merely doing some online strategy or merely making ends meet or making a living, but you're here to make a difference. And you're here to live a real purpose, and maybe even to live a legendary life and leave a lasting legacy. And even if that scares you and it seems like a lot, it seems like, oh no, I just want my back pain to go away and pay my rent, I want to really ask you to search your heart. Is that all you want? Or do you really feel that call, even if it's just a little still small voice? I'm here for something more. I'm here to model something bigger or better for my children, for my community, for my family, for my industry, and maybe even for the world. Then I really want to invite you to join me in this mission, because I'm pouring everything I have and everything I am in supporting and developing this next generation of leaders. And I need you so that together we can create a world that works for the highest good of all. And if you want that, there's just a couple simple things you have to decide on right now. And that is to join me on this live webinar where I'm going to show you how to discover your unique life's work hidden in your life story, what I call the life code, that is got already in it embedded the code of what you're here to do, what you're made of and what you're made for, who you're here to serve and how. And when you understand this, it radically transforms your whole life story. It heals, reclaims your power, your confidence. You become the leader of your life, not the victim. You become the captain of your soul, not just a passenger on something that's going out of control. And you understand beyond a shadow of a doubt how life has been conspiring to prepare you for a moment such as this. To really make a lasting impact, and yes, to make a great income, to create a great living doing what you love, to live a great lifestyle while you're changing the lives of others. If you want that, please join me. The link is here or below. Just go to DerekRydall.com/influencer. That's DerekRydall.com/influencer. INFLUENCER. DerekRydall.com/influencer. Join me on this live call where I'm going to show you how to make a living using your life story, how to understand the number one critical myth that causes so many aspiring transformational leaders to fail over and over again and oftentimes just give up, and really share with you some of the most critical things I've learned, the code of the most successful thought leaders in history. If you want this information and you want to catch this historic wave that's happening right now, that will probably never happen again in our lives, and you want to take your place in history instead of just being a part of the past history, and you want to finally create a sustainable and successful life's work and platform in the world, just go to DerekRydall.com/influencer. Now, you can also, and I highly encourage you to do this, join my free public Facebook group, Thought Leader Academy. Just look it up, Thought Leader Academy. And join right now already over 1,000 people, and it's growing every day, of committed, emerging, or professional change makers and influencers who are saying yes to their yes, who are answering the call and becoming part of this movement to finally make the changes and the differences and to become the change that the world is waiting for, that we have shown up for. I can't wait to see you, to talk to you, to support you, really in taking your life and your work to the next level. Things will get a lot worse for a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be for you. All the changes happening economically that we've barely begun to see the dominoes fall. All the changes politically that we've barely seen, or socially, it's happening. We can't stop that entirely, but we can position ourselves to be winners, to be leaders. And out of such times as this, there's always a group of people that rise up as the greatest leaders of a new generation and also become even more successful and more abundant. And I promise you that can be you. I know that the people that are in my inner circle are going to be part of that. I've been through depressions and recessions, and I've studied and understood what the greatest leaders have all done to become that, to take their place on Earth's stage. And I'm going to share that with you. Just go to DerekRydall.com/influencer. Share this with your friends and loved ones who you also believe want to be the change in the world, or who you want to play with and collaborate with in this coming wave of transformation, so that you, your friends, your family, your colleagues, and clients can all be positioned to win, to succeed, and to live a truly purposeful life long term and successfully. I really love and appreciate you for being here. I'm so excited to connect with you personally and live and support you. Just register for the webinar at DerekRydall.com/influencer. Go and join the free Facebook group and start collaborating and connecting and getting additional resources at Thought Leader Academy. And until next time, remember, live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny. I'll see you soon.